Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, I'm going to discuss The Art of Dying by Neville Goddard, which is the secret to manifesting whatever it is that you desire, or shifting to the reality in which you already have the thing desired. You cannot perceive with your physical senses any given state unless you become internally that state. In other words, you can only experience in your physical body that which you already contain or possess within your consciousness. So you need to become internally the person who already has your desire, for that desire to be expressed through you on the screen of space. This is what Neville says about the states. If you remain in one state, you will forever have to suffer the consequences of not being in another state. If I remain in the state of poverty, I must suffer the consequences of not being in the state of wealth. So I must learn the art of dying. Paul says, I die daily. Blake says, people take such a long time in dying. Man does not outgrow his state of ill health or his old job or his environment. We must learn the art of dying. So what Neville is saying here is that in order for you to enter another state or reality, you must outgrow mentally or die to your old state of consciousness. The new state will not be made visible to you unless you leave your old state and completely embody the energy of the state you seek. Once you embody a desired state within, your external world will match that state. This is what Neville is saying. I must learn to die. I must learn to let go of what my senses dictate and go mad and yield to what is only a dream. By sustaining it and living in it, I die to what was physically real as I gradually lift up what was only the dream. I will crucify myself, for God crucified himself in me that I might live. But now I must nail myself upon the thing I desire, and remaining faithful to it, I lift it up as God nailed himself upon me. The present body is believing himself a man called Neville, giving Neville the same power that is his, but keyed low in the hope that I will lift up the power to bigger things in my world, to which I can nail myself and so lift them up. We are living because God nailed himself to us. Now man, keyed low, yielding to other states and not to what the senses dictate, becomes one with the state and nails himself to it, fixes himself in the state through emotion and feeling, and then he will be lifted up. So God nailed himself upon me by becoming this body, this flesh and blood, by taking on all the limitations of me as the human so that I can live. He forgot that he is God, thus died, and totally abandoned himself to me by becoming man so I can one day become him. So God died to his God state and yielded himself to me, or the human state. And this is exactly how you surrender or yield yourself to your unseen desired state or reality, even when your senses deny it. You nail yourself upon your desired state by mentally abandoning your old state. and becoming your new desired state in your consciousness. By becoming internally your new state, you lift it up for your outer world to witness it and confirm it. This is what Neville says. For crucifixion comes before resurrection. Crucifixion without resurrection would be unthinkable. It would be the utter triumph of tyranny. If I could yield myself to my dream, and it would not become flesh, it would be complete tyranny over this wonderful concept of life. But you cannot fail if you yield. If you hold back within yourself, wondering, what will I play as my last card if this doesn't work, then you have not yielded. You have not nailed yourself to it. It is a complete yielding. If you know that you are God doing it, you can yield. But there must be complete abandonment as though it were true. And then you make it a reality. The cost is that form of mental abandonment that William Blake calls madness. But man is afraid. He dare not so abandon himself to a dream, and so never dies. So basically, if you are still doubting or questioning your manifestation and wondering whether it's going to happen or when and how it's going to manifest, then what this means is that you have not yielded to the state desired. In other words, you have not become internally the person who has your desire, or you are not dwelling in the state of your wish already fulfilled. If you are wavering, what this means is that you have not accepted the state desired as though it were already true. You can't think of or imagine the state that does not already exist, because creation is finished. All states are eternal and remain for anyone to enter, to leave, or to re-enter. Linear time is an illusion. All states or realities exist in this present moment. This is what Neville is saying. So states remain, and man passes through states as though cities. If I do not pass through some state, but remain in it, I think it is the only reality. You cannot conceive of a state that is not, for the whole is finished. But man is awakening only by dying to state after state. So since creation is finished, your only job is to surrender or yield yourself to your desired state, as though it were already true. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.